Welcome to another of these short videos which are designed to help you reach your own highest potential. My name is Jeremy Harbinson. I'm author of the book Personal Effectiveness, and for 35 years I've been a trusted advisor to business leaders and many businesses. You may have seen one of the other videos in this series where we talked about the importance of dreaming big dreams and thinking big. But when you've set your goals, hopefully a little bit of a stretch in there, some ambition, it's important to find a way to chunk them down and to make them manageable. And the way that you do that is that you take the big goal and then you break it down into little milestones. For example, if I was going to be driving home tonight, then I know that to get from my office to my hometown, there are certain landmarks along the way. And I drive along and I see each landmark. I drive along on my route back through Belfast, and I know that one of the landmarks that I ought to see is the Albert clock. So when I see that, that's one of my first milestones. And then I know that I should be going over the Queen's Bridge, and I see that. And then I know that I should be passing the George Best Airport. And then I know I should get to Hollywood. And shortly after that, I'll see the road that I live on. It's just a small example of how to chunk down a goal, which is getting home, into small little milestones. Equally, if I start seeing things which are not on my route, I know I'm off course. And you can do the same with your business. You'll know that I like to encourage people with the question, where do you want to be in 5 years' time? And if you can figure out where you can want to get to in 5 years' time, then we can chunk that down a bit. Where would you need to be in 5 years' time to be en route to take you to 5 years? Where do you need to be by the end of this year? What exactly then to take you to where you need to get to at the end of this year do you need to do over the next 3 months? And what small actions could you take over the next 2 weeks to start moving you towards that? These are just little examples of the power of chunking things down. So what you want to do is set goals, get really clear on what your future's likely where you want to get to, and then to break it down into the steps that you can take. So stepping it down maybe by where you want to be this year, next year, and a few years' time. And by doing that, you start to put yourself on a pattern to move forward. And the idea is to take what is a stretch goal, a big goal, but then break it down into small chunks. And each of those small chunks looks pretty easily achievable. That's part of the power of how to set goals really effectively and well. Lots and lots of key distinctions like this I love to share with people. Maybe you'd like the chance to interact with me in person. And the way that I do that is through the Reach For It groups. These Reach For It online mentoring groups meet once a month. And in them I share some hints and tips, some power distinctions. And then we get a group discussion going. And you get to interact with me, to ask me questions, so that we can apply these ideas powerfully into your own life and into your business. If you look at the links below, you will see details of our website where you can go and you can find out more details of how the groups work. And you can also avail of a free offer so that you can simply sit in on one of these groups, interact with me and the group, and see whether in fact it would really benefit your business. So I hope to see you either in one of those groups or in another of these videos.